our team, like they want to help you plan that perfect vacation. They love to insert like their little tips and tricks to make sure it's just right for your family.